feel so bloated. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. I move my body, I work out, I eat healthy, I drink my water. Like, what's the problem? Why do I feel like my belly is like a balloon about to explode? What did I do today to feel this way? Okay, let's reflect. Today was really stressful. I mean, I had a healthy lunch, but maybe I shouldn't have looked at my phone while eating or kept working while I was eating. Damn, I think I was eating way too fast. I didn't even realize I was eating. And then I had some protein bars. It was low fat, no sugar, protein powder, low carb. But these things are healthy, aren't they? I want to understand why I feel so bloated. And on this journey, I want to take you with me. Here are 7 reasons why, and also what you can do to avoid or deal better with bloating. Let's go. Reason number 1. And I'm sure you can relate because this happens to all of us. We're eating our lunch or our dinner, being so distracted by our laptop because we watch Netflix or our TV or our phones, and we are scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram. Like, I'm guilty. I do that all the time. And you know what happens? I eat way too much and way too fast. So you can eat all the healthy foods, like your clean foods, the vegetables, the proteins, home-cooked meals, but guys, it's not just what you eat, it's also how you eat it. And if you eat super fast, mindlessly, just watching something, being distracted, that's gonna mess up your digestion. In this video, I wanna give you a few tips as well. A few tips for every single reason why you might be bloated. And the first tip that I have here is really to build, even though some days it feels like impossible to not watch Netflix while eating, but it's really about building like a nice environment that helps your gut, that helps you to calm down and eat like peaceful. What that could mean, like creating a nice environment. Sometimes I just, while eating dinner, I put on a candle, and then the candle just puts me in a really calm mood. Also something that you can do before you are eating, and this is just a genius tip, guys. Just take 3 deep breaths. So easy, it doesn't cost any money, you can do it anywhere. Just take 3 deep breaths and it already calms down your nervous system. 2 more bonus tips here. Try while eating to put your spoon or your fork down. Eat, let's say, 7 spoonfuls of something, and then you have to put it down. That helps you to also eat a little bit slower, and then it also helps your digestion and it helps your belly a lot. And the last tip here, this is actually something a friend recommended me, but it's so good, especially if you're a Netflix addict like me. I love to watch my episodes, and let's say one episode is 20 minutes long. You have to eat your meal within those 20 minutes, and it's not allowed to eat everything within the first 5 minutes. Like, use your 20-minute episode as like some sort of like countdown or timer, and use this whole episode to enjoy your dinner or whatever meal. I love sweet drinks. I love sweet drinks, and I love them especially if they are like sugar-free, they don't have calories. Same with like snacks. You know, I'm such a victim of like these fitness foods, the healthy fitness foods without sugar, without carbs, without low fats. Definitely they sold it to me. But there's a problem. If you eat those foods every single day, they mess up your digestion. And I didn't know about that because fitness industry, they told me that's like healthy and that's good for me and it's high in protein and my body needs a lot of protein. Let's have a look at this protein bar or this sugar-free cola and orange drink that I have here. It has a lot of artificial sweetener like sucralose or sucralose in English, I think, and all these things can really make you feel gassy or make you feel like your belly is about to explode because it's so bloated. I think, honestly, guys, like if you're craving a chocolate bar, my advice is to just really just eat the real chocolate bar. Or let's say you want to have ice cream. Do you know like the Halo Top ice creams? I used to love them. But if I eat one of these Halo Top ice creams, I feel so bad. So it would have been a better choice if I just eat a real ice cream if I'm eating ice cream or if I'm craving ice cream. So that is my advice for you. Sometimes I think like having a protein bar on the go with us, it's okay, but just please don't overdo it, don't overeat it, don't eat them every single day. Also, one thing I really noticed, last but not least here, but sometimes if I crave something and then I replace it with something healthier, like with a protein bar, then I end up eating not just one, but because I'm not really satisfied, I eat another one and another one and another one, and I end up eating more than I wanted to eat, and then I feel bad or my stomach feels bad. So yeah, sometimes the better choice is just to eat the real food. have to make content. I have to send out this email. I have another to do and another to do. The next reason that we have to talk about is stress. We don't talk about stress enough because we don't really think that stress can have such a negative impact on our digestion, right? But it does. It's like you're stressing over the way you look. You're stressing over what you eat. Like constantly you think, oh damn, last night I was eating a little bit too much. I had too many carbs, but I don't want to eat carbs. You're also stressing your body so much with like crazy intense workouts all the time. You know, if you do HIIT workouts, let's say every single day, it's so much stress that you put on your body. It would be so much smarter to, instead of pushing all the time, to take it a little bit more easy and just go out for a walk. It's the constant fight or flight mode 24/7, 7 days a week, and the constant push and go, go, go modes. I think we cannot fully avoid being stressed because our life is busy and we have goals, right? We like to work because we have ambitions, we have goals, or we have to study because we want to pass our exams. So we cannot really avoid daily stress. It's here. But I think we have to find ways, like every single one of us, we have to figure out what works for you. Like you have to figure out what works for you, but we have to find ways how to just deal better with stress. And whatever works for you, I can give you some of my tips, some of my recommendations, what really does well. I think everything out in nature works the best. If I go out for a walk, like a 30-minute walk, without my phone, being offline, it's the best. It just makes me feel recovered, and just 30 minutes, honestly, it can be enough sometimes. I also think I spend a lot of time in here in my apartment because I work from here. I do my workouts in here. I do so many things in here, but I also realize that the more time I spend in here, like it makes me feel really stressed if I don't leave the apartment. So I want to dedicate more time as well to just leave the apartment and do something that I usually wouldn't do. Like step into a train, drive somewhere into like a nice park or out in nature and just be there for like an hour or 2 hours, especially on the weekends. We just have to find ways, guys, how we can implement tiny little habits throughout the week, tiny little things that make us feel more calm.
Eat your protein.
I fucking said what I said. Eat your goddamn protein. You need to eat more 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 protein. Protein.
When everyone on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok is telling you to eat more protein, especially in the fitness bubble, to add protein powder into every single meal, then that's what we do, right? We feel like this is the right thing to do. This is the right answer to build muscle, to lose weight, because protein is really important. But too much of all the protein, it's so bad for you. Like too much of everything is bad for you, right? Like the same with fiber. We hear so much about fiber, especially for our gut health, but also too much fiber, same as too much protein, is just too much. So be careful when trying to hit your macro goals or when influencers trying to tell you to eat so much protein. Be careful because more isn't always more, or more isn't always the best. Protein is important. I'm gonna say that here. Protein is very important for a lot of different things. To build muscle, as I said before, or if you want to maintain weight, or if you want to lose weight, protein is great. Keeps you full for a really long time. But too much of anything is just not good for you. My recommendation for you is to eat a balanced diet, to have a balanced meal plan, to focus on protein, but not necessarily protein powder. Like I would try to avoid it as good as possible, or you use neutral protein powder without the artificial sweeteners. But you guys, you really don't have to add protein powder into every single thing that you're making. I would focus on your main meals, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and add some sort of protein there, like a protein source. This could be eggs in the morning, this could be chicken for lunch, and then maybe some salmon in the evening. Like have some sort of protein, a protein source in your main meals. But then for like your snacks or desserts, whatever you're craving, like it's okay, it's fine. You can also just eat a handful of nuts and there is no crazy amount of protein in. It's fine. There is some protein in the nuts, yes, but just a tiny little bit, but you don't have to worry so much about it. And remember when I just said reason number 3, stress? If you constantly stress about eating perfect, eating enough protein, eating protein with every single thing that you're eating, then it's stress for your body. All those things, it's just unnecessary and it messes up your belly.
Hey, it's lunchtime.
I don't have time.
But you haven't eaten anything all day.
Yeah, I don't have time. Just give me another cup of coffee. Does this sound familiar? Like, you skip your breakfast, just have another cup of coffee instead. You skip your lunch because there's so much work and you just don't have time. You're just busy. But then you come back home in the evening. It's like 8 p.m. and then it hits. You're like super hungry. You grab everything that you find in the fridge, sit down and you just eat everything that you can find. And then you feel so full, you feel terrible. You've definitely overeaten way too much, way too fast. Especially for all the girls watching right now, you need to fuel your body, like regularly. You need a breakfast. And I know there is this crazy trend of like intermittent fasting, which can be great. And maybe for some women or some girls it works. But the majority of like people who do intermittent fasting, it's men, because they can fast. It works for them. But for our feminine bodies, like we need food. We really have to fuel our bodies almost every few hours. So please do not skip breakfast, do not skip lunch, do not skip food, because your body needs it. Your body needs the nutrients. If you struggle like with having like a regular period, then especially for you, listen, don't skip meals. If you feel like you don't have time to eat, you don't have any meals around you, or you're too lazy to cook, I highly recommend, especially one day a week, to dedicate this time or this day a tiny bit to meal prepping or food prepping. Just prep like simple ingredients, like boil some rice, pasta, put something into your air fryer. I have videos here on my channel how you can make the easiest meals in such a short and quick time. Go and check them out. Make it easy. Make it easy for you to have your meals ready throughout the whole entire week and every day, even though you have such a busy life. When I'm making lunch now, I have here a bowl of broccoli, kohlrabi, zucchini, all healthy foods, right? Like they're all healthy, yes, but let me tell you, if you eat them raw, if you eat too many raw foods, like for example you use some kind of vegetables for your smoothies or you make salads, it can make you feel really, really gassy. I have a few tips for you how you can prepare your vegetables or what you can do to make the digestion a bit easier or help out your digestion a tiny bit. So for example, I have hot water here right now and we just boil the broccoli. Broccoli, I also recommend you cut it or you use your arms to make it small, like small tiny little pieces, and then you put it into the hot water. Another way to help out your digestion is to combine the vegetables with herbs. Herbs like fennel seeds, or I also recommend ginger. Ginger is great. Ginger is great in so many ways and for so many things. You know, you could just, next to eating your vegetables, you could make like some hot water and kind of like a tea, you could add some ginger and then drink it next to eating your meal with all the vegetables. Last but not least, I recommend you combine your vegetables always with some sort of healthy fats. I'm talking about the good kind of oils, like let's say some olive oil. Also, if you, for example, make like a carrot salad. I don't know why I'm thinking of a carrot salad right now, but having a carrot salad and you're adding some oils, you mix it a tiny bit, add some vinegar and salt. It's so good as well for your body to soak in the nutrients. Like it needs the healthy fats. This is something I didn't know for so long. Like I didn't know that I have to pair it with the healthy fats. But yeah, olive oil is a great source, or chia seeds you can add, or some other seeds. It all works really good. A mini bonus tip for you guys, something I always have here and I eat almost every single day. Either I make like a chia seed pudding or any other thing with chia seeds. Lately, especially for my vegetables and salads, I'm making like a chia seed dressing. Important for the chia seeds, you always have to mix it with some water. because then it like, the little seeds, they get bigger, they soak in the water and it gets like a gel. You can even replace an egg with like chia seeds. You can make like a chia seed egg, but it's really good for your body. And at least once a day or every other day, I try to eat them. Reason number 7, the last reason. And girls, let me quickly explain how your cycle works, because your cycle is important to understand what's happening in your body, especially when it comes to bloating. You might know your cycle has 4 different phases. Menstruation, which is actually when you're bleeding, follicular phase, ovulation, and then you have the luteal phase. The luteal phase is important for you because this is the days before your period, and this is where you most likely feel a little bit more bloated than on other days. It's just due to hormonal changes that you feel this way, and I want to use this moment and also the end of this video to tell you not to be so hard on yourself. It's normal and it's okay sometimes to be bloated, and there is no need to feel ashamed or to feel bad or to feel alone with it, because we all struggle with it. And sometimes there's something we can do, and sometimes on other days there's not much we can do. But what I really want you to do is to just not be so hard on yourself and not judge yourself, and don't feel like bad because your belly sticks out a little bit more than usual. Of course, there's one thing I didn't touch on here, which is, for example, if you have intolerances, that's a whole different topic. Like some of us have lactose intolerance or gluten intolerance, and if they eat certain foods, they feel bad after eating it. So of course you have to always check that. Also, if you feel bloated in a really crazy and bad way for several days, or let's say for weeks, then I highly recommend you check with a doctor. Maybe there is any kind of other illness, or maybe you're sick, or there's something you really have to get checked with a doctor. Then I can't help you with this video, but in general, like some general advice, I hope I was able to share with you. Thank you so much for coming here again and watching the video. Thank you so much, guys. I have a little gift for you before I forget about that, but down in the description box there is a PDF for you. All you have to do is just check out the link down in the description box, and then I send it to you. I'm so excited. It's a few tips, it's the reasons, it's everything actually summarized from this video, and a little homework, because I think listening and watching and reading something is good, but you always have to do the action steps. You always have to take action in order to actually see change. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you soon again, and I give you a big hug. I'm sending you a big heart, lots of love, and a big, big, big hug, guys. I love you so much.